Morning. It is Thursday morning, 7:59. Another wonderful and amazing day. A beautiful and astonishingly amazing day. Nothing we can say is wrong with this day. Hi, Stace. Yes, it is an amazing morning. And here you are for a few minutes. I know you have a meeting. But it's such a lovely day that I wanted to bring us to stuff that we need in our life and to realize what we have and how we manage it to enhance our life. So I talked about our five senses and our emotions. That's what we're going to talk about. So how are you feeling today? How are you feeling? Are you emotionally charged? What is going on in your life that is triggering emotions? Because many times we are here and we do not realize our emotions are going crazy. Instagram is also going crazy. So that's normal for us with Instagram. It doesn't scroll anybody up. Good morning, Shilly, my nephew. How are you doing today? Thank you, Stace, for rescheduling your meeting because of this wonderful opportunity that I appreciate you being here. It's so important that you guys are here this morning. Those people that come, sometimes many are called, but few are chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen, or whatever it goes. We show up at a time, we listen to something, and we realize, wow, we've got this. We need to fix this. Or, I'm glad I'm doing this already, so I've gotten it fixed and it's working for me. Good morning, Azim. How are you? Good morning, Ryan. How are you? And now we're going to talk about the five senses and your emotions. I had to do this morning. And hi, Peter. Good morning. The five senses and our emotion. Are we aware that how impactful your five senses are in your life? How your five senses impact your emotions? Are we even in line with that? Do we understand that? Have we looked at it? The relation to any one of the five senses affects your emotions, which affects your pillars of prosperity, which affects your life, and it just keeps going around like this, and like this, and like this. The five senses and your emotions. Do you know your five senses? Do you know what they are? Your five senses are your ability to hear, to see, to smell, to taste, and to touch. Did you realize your five senses does not include your ability to speak? That tells you that speaking is a choice. Speaking is something we can pull away from and say, I'm not speaking today. I'm going to meditate for 20 minutes. I'm not speaking in this moment. I'm going to listen to something. I'm not speaking in the moment. Right? But there we are with our, hi Loretta, good morning, hi Lisa, with our five senses, and we know them, smell, taste, touch, right? We know them, see and hear. And they are the thing, they're the charge, they're the thing that pushes our emotion in any direction they desire to go. And if our emotions are not in the right place, if we're not emotionally solid, what we hear coming from somebody can push us to the point of destruction of both lives. What we see can do the same. What we smell turns our stomach upside down. What we taste can make us feel spicy, sweet, charming. You see what I mean? But we do not understand the effect that those five senses has on our life and how they affect our emotion. Our emotion, though, is always affected by a choice of how to react to what we heard, we saw, we smell, we taste, and we touch. That's what it does. So many times when somebody is not functioning and the five pillars are like that, they're teeter-tottering, they're all leaning on each other, they just cannot get their footing. And emotion is right in there doing the same. We charge ourselves And we say it's our financial, we are not making enough money. The company is not paying enough. I'm not able, I have bills to pay. And then in some cases, the one we know, we have it there, oh, money is evil. We talked a little bit about it. And the thing about money, if you take money and you pour it in a house and you close the door, never open the windows, you'll come back, you'll make it maybe rot if it's paper money, or it'll still be sitting there. We know that. That is why they can go dive into the Titanic and they can pull and pull all what is in there. The value, it's still there. Nobody touched it. So unless we do something with it, it is still there. So, but our emotion has another way. We say money is bad. We say somebody told us something, we heard something, we hate them, we get angry. It stirs the emotion. Our emotion tells us this is just not good. I cannot study that. I don't know how to do that. And it's our emotion. But it's what we are hearing, what we are seeing, what we are tasting, what we are smelling, what we are touching. Many times people come across somebody that's homeless. Hi, Georgie, good morning. And they hold their nose because that person smells. That's a reaction. So we have to realize how those two dance together. Yet, we smell a fragrance and we go, oh, it's intoxicating. We smell a rose and we get it. And we pass and the sewers are doing their work at night and we smell it and we're disgusted. Smell. So that is why I keep saying we have both sides on our emotions. It's a choice how to react and what to do with what is happening. One of the best things, you heard it over and over, is it is as it is. Now, what do we do with that emotion that we have? How can we make it choose to react in a way that is giving us the curve to go up? We can use our emotion to go up, or we can use our emotion to turn down. It's only a tiny action. It's not a big leap. It's not a quantum leap. It's an emotional reaction that we have a choice in the moment to choose. One that will bring us success and the other one that will take us down there. Not able to move our head to look up. Or no, success is up there. But the more we yearn for it because our emotion is cracked and damaged, we just blame everything else. We blame God. We blame the lack of money. We blame that we gained weight. Or it's like my friend who said to me, it's my old knee. I am here lying down with my old knee. She's blaming the knee that belongs to her. She's acting as if her knee is older than her. So we look for something to blame. We look for someone to blame. We look for the blaming, oh, I couldn't make it because it was raining. Like my brother once said to me, I said, are you coming over? He said, no, it's raining. And I go, okay, so you're made of salt or sugar, which one? No answer. Because that is the only thing rain is going to melt. And that is why we have to understand those five senses, how they push that emotion in the direction we allow it to go. And for that reason, we need to make sure we take those emotions and we look at them and see what's happening in the moment. That is what we have to do. Hi, Trevor. We have to make sure we look at this emotion and decide, is it a good thing to do? You know, like the Kenny Rogers song, The Gambler. Is it time to go? Should I count it now? What should I do? So let us look at how we can fix it, because we know it can go crazy. Let us look at how we can balance our emotional prosperity. So when it is triggered by those five senses of ours, that we know what to do in the moment. Number one is to learn to be in the moment. It's to learn to realize this is the moment. There's a thing they call multitasking. And there is no way you can multitask and be in the moment. There isn't any way you can practice multitasking and be in the moment. You are in the middle of nothing. There's the hi Amma, good morning. I'm trying to move this. This isn't moving. Good morning, Nadi. When you are multitasking, you're not in the moment. You're in the gap. You're always in the gap. Because what you need to do is either in front of you, on either side of you, or behind you, or hanging over your head because you did not do it last week. Multitasking. So the five senses, to get them to behave until you can choose how to react with them, you have to really know them. And it's affecting your emotions. So before you step into the day, that is why they say you must pray or meditate or do something like that. Hi Kia, hi Erika. That is why you have to stay in the moment. That is one of the things you have to do right away. Get into some sort of stillness and silence. Balance yourself. Decide, I am going to sit here for 3 minutes. I am not asking you to sit in a yogi position and in yourself into it. No. Make yourself as comfortable as you can and connect with self. Hear if your heart is beating, how your breathing is coming, how your stomach is gurgling. Just stay there and time it. Do not go for 20 minutes and you know you cannot do 20 minutes without fidgeting or thinking of all the multitasking things you have to do. Begin by, I don't care if it's 30 seconds, but sit, feet on the floor, and just take it in. You have to balance the emotion before you start actually using those five senses in the day. You have to make sure that hello everybody, I'm just trying to catch everybody because this isn't moving anymore. So we have to make sure that those five senses are there. But what are we going to do with them? So when you fix your emotion first thing in the morning, you will feel amazing. And it's a practice though. It's not that you fix it like you take a screwdriver and you tighten a loose screw somewhere. It isn't. It is a constant, small, tiny action every day to balance your emotion. So you start with listening, taking the time. And then you go into the thing. Listening is hearing, right? You're hearing. Then you look for the one that I can observe. That is where you see. You see what is happening in the moment. You open your window, pull off the blinds, and you can see it's cloudy. How are you reacting to the clouds of the morning? Did you notice the sun was trying to come through? Or did you just see the clouds? Did you just feel the pain from the clouds that's hanging over you? Did you? So you need to breathe in the moment and observe your surroundings before you make this multitasking thing and something happens and it sends you into a tizzy. No, everything stops. Everything stops because you were in the middle and you were in the gap. Multitasking, left, right, back, forward, and above, memory, things to fix. The emotion is what we choose. Now, what we hear is even more damaging. We have a job. We're supposed to perform. We have to drive. We're supposed to listen to the road signs and do. We hear, are we aware that ambulance is going to save a life? What are we supposed to do? Continue to drive like a fool in the middle of the road? Or try to put a signal on if you're in the moment and get out of the way? I have seen the fire truck and the ambulance stand up behind someone and going, and they cannot even hear. Hi, Marina, good morning. Hi, Tessa. They cannot even hear the ambulance is on their tail. Because they're not in the moment, and that five sense is out of whack. The hearing one is out of whack. It causes an emotional charge, and they do something. So you're working and you have to do a performance appraisal. And somehow, some way, you're not performing at the level you're supposed to perform at. And you're called up to have an appraisal, and that you're hearing the things you did well, maybe, or maybe that person is just trained to tell you all what you're not doing right. If you realize where you are and who is holding the knife, whose hand is resting on the handle, that is balance teaches you that. And the blade is pointed at you. Is this the time to tell the person doing the appraisal who has control of the paycheck where to go? No, because in that case, you're going towards the pointed knife. They have a choice, but you made the choice for them. Because your emotion is out of whack. You let what you heard affect you in a negative way. Because all you're thinking while they're speaking is what you have to say. And they're hard and you want to be harder. You're punching harder. It's a paycheck. It's all about a paycheck. It's not a romance. It's a career. It's a job. You go there to get money to do what you need to do in your life and for those of your family. So that is not the time to rush. That is the time to sit, bite your lips, breathe, concentrate on what they say, and let it go. Kenny Rogers' song. Is it the right time to count it or to walk away? So you see, our five senses constantly affects our emotion. Our emotion is so powerful that it can devastate our life and the life of others if we do not take the time to balance it on a daily basis. Meditation and prayer. Listen and observe. Your health. It's feeling. One of the senses is to feel. How are you feeling? Where is hurting? Why did you ignore it? Weren't you worthy of listening to what your body is saying? You know when you eat this, you're going to be sick. What are you doing about it? Are you going to wait until you're in a fetal position to seek help or to do something about it? Again, the senses are sending the message. That's why we have 5 of them. That's why we have 5 pillars of prosperity. That's why we have to use those senses to manage our emotion. Because when we believe we are not good enough and our emotion is telling us, you're lost. You heard all what people said about you. You believe it. All what they say that you're not good. If some people believe that if somebody says that you're off, you're not friendly, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Life and human being, we are a chain. We are a chain. We have to work together to succeed, and we have to work together for our will to succeed. When it was the family living in a compound, grandmother and everybody not too far away, everybody would lean on each other. That's why they have words like it takes a village to raise a child. It used to be like that. So those 5 senses connect us. And if we use them to march through life, we're going to work and find out what we are doing with it. Hello, Juliana. How are you this morning? Anybody I miss? Hi, Pina. Good morning. Anybody I miss? Not my fault. This thing isn't doing its work. Anyway, the 5 senses to see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. When somebody is around you and their fragrance is amazing and you smell it, you want more of it. When somebody's fragrance is not pleasant to you, you want no part of it. You choose, right? And still, you can get to the point where you can be so nasty about it. I can give you an example as a manager at the bank. I had this person who, the spices they use, permeated through everything in their home. Naturally, it was on their clothing. And we were in several meetings, and this person was just so upset and made such a ruckus about this smell. And I had to deal with that. And it was just coming in, walking to my house, and Daddy, you have to fix it. Okay, fine. I called the woman in, and I told her what she had to do. I didn't know, but somehow, because I went into the conversation, I was able, she smelled. All she was doing was smelling. She couldn't live with it. Right? And she took it to the point where it hurt this other person. So you see, 2 wrongs don't make a right. This woman didn't know. So I explained to her, open the windows, air out your clothes, put the fan on, burn an incense, do something. Take some lemon peel and boil it through the house. Whatever you need to do, find something. And she did. And the fragrance went away. Miss Person is amazing. She's happy now. And that person that was so angry about all these little changes different people were making and complaining, the point is, in the end, it didn't do her well either, because she lost. Nobody wanted to be around her. Just from the smell, which she didn't have to say it in the meeting. We could have talked about it personally and I could still fix it. So our emotions make us get out of the car because somebody cut us off. And we do not know what they have in their car, and we go out and fight with them and get angry at them, and you know the rest. It's history. It's being done every day. We need to balance our emotion in the morning by connecting to whatever it is you believe your God to be. Connecting to self, listening to your heartbeat, feeling where it aches, all those things. Observing what is happening in the world around you by your seeing. You feel, you smell the fragrance of the morning, the energy. Get into the moment and fix your emotions. So when you step out of the door in the morning, heaven knows what we get into. Lord of the Rings told us that. What did Sam say to Frodo? You never know, Sam, when you open your door in the morning, what you step into. You know, they were going to run around in the Shire. The wizard came along and it changed their life. And he realized that one day. It's not any different. It's written in a book, but it is true. You have no idea how that person, when you open that door in the morning, how horrid, what that person is going through. Your emotion has to be balanced to the point where you need to know, should I stay or should I go? Should I react? Is it worth me getting into a fight? But you cannot do that if you didn't set yourself that day for you to perform on all 5 cylinders, knowing it is what will give you a fulfilled life, fixing that up, touching something that right? That's a reaction. Is it good to do it when somebody who just prepared it and you do it right in front of them? Or are you going to just swallow it and not have any more? Choose. Because we need to be able to do that. And that is what is important. One of the things we have to do with those emotions of ours is to decide in the moment what it is. You have your guardian angel, right? You don't know what to do. You're standing in the gap. Do or don't do. Say to go over here or just, it's okay. What do? You stand in that moment and you say, okay, call your guardian angel by name. What do I do now? You don't have to repeat it out loud. Just say it in your mind. They'll get the message. What should I do now? That's all you ask before you do it. Before you get out of your car with a piece of stick going to somebody that's standing 10 feet taller than you because they cut you off. They didn't hit you. You saw they cut you off. It angered you. Emotions is still out of whack. And the emotion will tell you when you come to money. I haven't got any money. And when you get paid, you cannot wait to go spend it. When I started my journey, you guys know it wasn't easy. It's never easy when money is in there. It's part of life. But I remember the actions that I had to take and just keep going and pushing and making sure that $1.87 was saved. My co-workers at the time would go down to Eaton's at lunchtime with their paycheck and come back wearing a brand new outfit. And the one they left home with this morning is in the bag. And when we bought our house, the woman said to me, I was born here and I do not have a house. You're an immigrant and you guys have a house. And I told her, I made some choices in grade 11 you did not make. And then nobody really liked her. And I found out later on, and I went after her. I actually seek her out to find out why you're so mad. How would you feel that you never end up, she said to me, you never went to a school dance because you were pregnant and married at 16. And now I have 7 children, no husband. So I didn't know what triggered her. And that is why when she got paid, she went immediately and get something new. She didn't know. She said, you guys are enjoying being 22 and 23. I don't know what that was. I couldn't tell her what it was a choice you made because obviously she didn't have the guidance that was necessary. And she maybe didn't think, she maybe thought maybe if I swim in the swamp, I'll get pregnant like somebody once told me. And I said, is that what they told you? So this is what we have to remember. Our emotions can get us to spend money and our emotion can get us to hold the money so tight that we end up being Scrooge. Did you see Scrooge? He had all the money, but he wasn't letting money breathe. And when he found out he could give a little, he couldn't understand what happened to him. The serum of joy went through him when he released his money and believed it's okay. I have enough. So you see, our 5 senses affect our emotion. Remember Scrooge? The women they could, huh? What happened to him? Because he saw his future. We do not have to have the dream. We know what it is if we behave and let our emotions control us. We say things we shouldn't say. It's not an emotional reaction, as I said in the beginning. That means we can decide not to use it. We can decide not to talk. Whereas, if we have sight, we will see. If we have hearing, we will hear. If we can smell, we will smell. If we can taste, we are going to taste. If we can touch, we will feel. And then we have to decide, how are we going to react to those 5 senses? How are our reaction going to affect our life in the moment and into the future? Choices. We cannot do that though if the emotion is not intact. If that emotion of ours is helter-skelter, we will never remember that there is a gap. And when we're in the gap, we can choose to ask the question, if you were me, what would you know? What would you know? If you were me, how would you react in this moment? And because our reaction really, really, truly affects who we become in the next split second. Not tomorrow, not next week. From 8:28 to 8:28.1, our reaction to what we heard, we saw, we taste, we touch, and we smell affects our life forever, ever, ever. But it takes 1 split second. And that is why we need to spend time every day to polish our emotion. Question it. It's just question it and say, where is it? What's going on with me? Why do I do this? You don't have to go to a therapist, but you have the answer. The thing is, we have the answer. We need to just know how to balance it, how to touch it, and realize it's now that matters. Not when you turn 70 or 90 or 102 and you're still alive. It does not matter. All that we do in the moment is what that matters. The joy that you feel when it hits you, you're drunk. Remember, in the Christian religion, in the Bible, it says when the apostles got the Holy Spirit, people thought they were drunk. That was the joy. And that's all we need to balance our emotion. Have a great day. Thank you for dropping by and spending some time with me today. I am happy and grateful I had the honor and the privilege to welcome you in my space. Let's see what you have to do, what you said. I need to. Hi, Jean. Good morning. Missed you. Didn't realize you were here. Instagram is stuck. I don't tell me to reboot my phone. Don't tell me. I did all of that already. It's doing the same thing. Stacy, Jean, 5 cylinder and 5 senses balancing. It is, yeah. Thanks, Georgie. Pina, thanks for coming, guys. It's fabulous. Thank you for sharing. Stacy said. Juliana, hi, Juliana. Thank you. Oh, Nancy, thank you. The funny make that song again. No, I'm not. Hi, Marina. Good morning. Hi, Nefasa. Got the comments to skip you talking. My morning from, okay, you're busy. Everybody, hi, Kate. Yeah, how are you doing this morning? Hi, Amma, for dropping by. Nadia and, well, Stacy's all over the place. You know, Stacy. Hi, Amma is here. So, guys, who else did I miss? Georgie. Hi, Lisa, Georgette, Loretta. All these wonderful, Peter dropped by, Zim dropped by, Ryan, and all of you amazing human beings. And let's see who's still here holding on for their life. Stacy, Nancy, Juliana, Kia, Pina, Amma, John, Georgie, Lisa, Marina, Ryan, and Loretta. Thank you, wonderful, amazing human beings. Thank you for dropping by and have a great and wonderful day. Did you get a pearl today? Rare black pearl. Somebody asked me yesterday, how come you don't tell us what you do to get us those things? You used to say what you did. So I always find a nugget as I go through the day. Sometimes that nugget is something somebody said and I heard it. Sometimes it's in the supermarket or somewhere where I am and somebody's reacting or doing something. That's the nugget. And I hold the nugget and I go with it. And then the nugget is what that starts it. I give you the nugget. So a nugget is not always big, but you notice it has crevices, tiny little holes. And if you turn it upside down and you have your magnifying glass, you'll see the differences in the nugget. They're all different. The shape is different, but they're tiny holes and they have different vibrations, apparently. That's a nugget. So if you got a nugget and you're not sure which part of the nugget is for you today, write down all what you can remember from the nugget and leave it alone. Walk away from it. And one day you will be drawn to it. But date it. If you're going to write, date. Put dates and time. I like even to say where I was sitting when I wrote something. Now, the black pearl is really hard to get. Because I would say I go to the Pacific Ocean and I dove into the ocean. I grabbed this poor oyster. I ripped it open and there was the pearl. This is the one where I have to figure out how to give it to you so you can see the value in that rare black pearl. And so I am in the Pacific and then I have to find you a Canadian diamond. So then I have to come back to Canada and go into the mines and work in the mine until I find the perfect diamond for you. That is when you get the thing that says, yeah, I needed to hear that today. So so somebody asked me to tell you the story. So which one is it did you get? Did you get the nugget that has a lot of little things you should look into? Did you get that black pearl and you know it is really solid? That is a new thing for me to work on. And of course, the diamond. The diamond is, I know I need this for sure. Have a great day. Thank you, wonderful and amazing people. I have a big imagination. It never stops delivering things like that. Have a wonderful and amazing morning, and thank you for dropping by. I rescheduled I got a nugget. Great. I like that. Jean got a nugget. And see you guys tomorrow morning. Don't forget to register for my course on affirmations. It's on the 14th of October, 11 to 2. And it's how to make powerful and write amazing. Osisi got a pink diamond. Ooh, that's nice. Rare pink Canadian diamonds. Yeah, and that's where you're going to learn how to create your own personal affirmations. So you can register through PayPal. My email is there, or e-transfer. The point is, you have a choice. It's the nice time. I like doing courses and stuff like that in October because it prepares you for when the regular, ordinary year starts. My year starts in September. It always did. And that's when you do new things. So you can get these courses so you're ready. Last time we did the goal setting, how to set a goal. We do the financial one, a financial spending plan. So it's a choice. So this one is, I did it once a long, long time ago, and I'm doing it again. It's all upgraded. So join me. Have a great day. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.